to the training of the Fandotech Mailguard System. You can reach that Fandotech Mailguard System for anti-spam and antivirus at http://mx.fandotech.com. When reaching the screen, the first thing that you want to do is add in your email address. Then the second thing you want to do is use your password. Your password should have been provided to you when you got your mailbox. If not, you can call our Technical Assistance Center or send a ticket into support@fandotech.com in order to get that address. And then we log into the system. Once into the system, you'll come to the main screen. And here at the main screen, you'll see that the first thing you see is your stored mailed contents. Here what we show are the items that are in your non-spam store. These are items that have been delivered to you but have tendencies and traits to make us believe that they could be spam messages. Here you can train your mailbox or you can just delete those messages. The next line down you'll see here is that you've got two items in your spam store. These are items that have been identified by the spam system to potentially be spam, and you're given the opportunity to execute on that. We'll click into that in a moment. Additionally, you can see below that is the items in your virus store. Most viruses are blocked by the system before ever reaching the end user for a chance to execute on it as they see fit. But every once in a while there may be a message in there that has a false virus or has the tendency of a virus, and we give the user an opportunity to look at it. It would still get caught by your antivirus within your environment, should it actually have an email-borne virus. The banned file store. Here in that area we might see keywords or things that should be banned from your environment, but if they have some tendencies that lead us to believe it's not 100% spam, we will place it there. And the same with bad header. If the wrong header has come in or something's come in that might have been mistakenly blocked, we give you an opportunity to execute on it. Below on the bottom you can see that there's statistics for both you and system-wide. Here you can see that I've had 577 spam items that have been blocked for me, and that there's been over 310,000 spam items blocked system-wide, and 204 viruses have been blocked for me, and there's been almost 700,000 system-wide. As you can see, I set my current protection level to high. You can certainly change that, but the lower you go, the more noise you're going to see within your mailbox. Before we head into the spam store and take a look at what we've got there and what we're going to do with it, I want to take a moment to spend some time on the buttons up top. The first button you can see there is a home button, which takes you back to this screen from anywhere else that you go. The second button is a statistics button, and I'm going to click on that now. Here you can see the statistics for you as the user, the unconfirmed mail spam, how many per day that sees, and what the percentage is, confirmed non-spam, and so on. So you get an opportunity to look at here what kind of items you've got coming through, what's getting blocked, what's on your whitelist, and how much bandwidth that's potentially using. Again, this could be just a handy scorecard. I personally don't enter into it too often, but it does give you an idea of the system and its overall effectiveness. Now I click into settings. Settings here shows that I have two email addresses associated with this account. I have my bdoyle@fandotech address, and then I've got my doyle@getproactivenow address, which was my email address prior to my old organization being acquired by Fuss & O'Neill. What this is basically showing you is as you bring in other companies into your environment, or if you've got other domains that you manage, you can actually alias them and pass that through the email Mailguard system as well. Then we've got some miscellaneous settings below. Send quarantine reminder email. Each day I get a spam quarantine report, should I have spam within the system, letting me know exactly what is being held for me there, and I can execute on the system from that dashboard as well. I've disabled graphic charts. I've decided that there's not much need for that. I don't want that in my email each day. I add senders of rescued mail to my whitelist, so I'm able to add people to my whitelist, and when I do say that I want to keep an email, I'm able to rescue that and put it into my whitelist as well. Mail items to be displayed on each page, email digest interval, just a lot of different things that you can customize here. And I can customize my theme, so if you don't like this color, you can change it to potentially a browner color. The next tab is fairly important. This is our whitelist and blacklist. What's important to know is as you see that I've got a number of different email addresses on my whitelist, the majority of these have ended up on my whitelist through the process of me approving emails that have gone into my spam filter. I haven't had to log into this environment each day and add that to my whitelist. But what I can do is I can add either a single email address or a full domain and add it to the whitelist. So I'm going to add in an email address that I happen to have outside of the Fandotech system. So that is my Gmail address. I'm going to add it to my whitelist. And in a moment we should see that go likely to the bottom of the overall whitelist. Hopefully we'll see it there. Not, I'm sure if we go back through here we will find it. But point being, that is your opportunity to take a look at the email address and add there. You can add an entire domain. I could put Gmail as a domain, or I can uplist a list of addresses that I absolutely want whitelisted if you want to do something like that with your critical customers. If you do need help, we do have a help page here that'll take you through in written format a lot of the things that I've explained during this brief training. But now I want to go back to the home page and give us an opportunity to rescue a couple messages. So when I come over here into this section, what I'm able to do is take a look at the messages that are in place. I can open them up here within the system and then take a look and see what is it all about. Do I care about this message? Do I believe this to be non-spam and something that was sent to me in error? Here I can look at it and see what the message is before opening it up in my email box. This prevents this from being more spam in my actual email box. I've got 4 options here. I can report this as spam, confirm this as non-spam, delete this item, or look at some raw statistics. In most cases, you're going to place yourself at these 3 choices. Here, I'm going to confirm this as non-spam. That takes it out of that list there. It tells me that it was rescued, and it's now sent it to my mailbox. Now, if you see something that you absolutely know before you even take a look at it as not spam, you can change it to non-spam here and send it to yourself. If you want to tag it as spam so you hopefully don't get information from that sender in the future, you can work here and click on the spam button. And if you just want to delete this message but not whitelisting or blacklisting it, you can do that. I happen to know this is a non-spam issue, so I'm going to send it to me, to my mailbox. Now here's the items that I told you about that are in my non-spam store. These are a number of different emails that have made it through to me because they only had a small probability. As you can see here from the scores on the left, a very small probability of being spam. But they've come through here and been put here just in case I want to change some of these at a later date. If I want to go through here and whitelist them and blacklist them. As you can see, the default is non-spam. So generally, you will not change anything. But if I did want to turn around and say this one is spam, this $99 printers could be, I can confirm the status of those items. That'll put that on my blacklist so I won't receive future emails from them. And as you can see, it reduces my count a little bit as well. They're in groups of 50 per page, but the key here is you don't have to execute on them. These are retained for a week at a time and then are automatically scrolled. So, by not deleting anything in the spam area, you're not going to be bogging down the system or changing the ability of the system. It's a rolling week that's stored here. This is just a screen to give you the opportunity to execute on something that you want to turn into a spam message at a later date. So that's basically Mailguard. If you have any other questions, again, I suggest that you send in a ticket to support@fandotech.com, and our Technical Assistance Center will be able to help you out with any other questions you have for Mailguard. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us today, and look forward to speaking to you soon.